What is up, everyone? Conixis here, and welcome back to Shining Song Starnova, the Natsuki route. Anyways, as you remember, we're going to be holding our anniversary live on March 11th, and it seems that, producer might have been a boy band idol at one point. I don't know. I still don't know. And I still don't understand why I'm recording these, and I have yet to release even past episode 10 yet? I don't know. Anyways, but I think episode 9 was the last one, but no, episode 10 was the last one. Yeah, episode 10 was the last one I released, but hey, anyways, but the point is, I don't know if that was the producer or if these characters just look way too similar, but hey, we'll see. A few days later, the girls found themselves at the dance studio for a joint practice session. After going through their routines a few times, they started chatting among each other. Oh boy. Still, I can't believe it's been a year since our debut live.
Maria, why the long face?
It's already been a year, eh? It just can't be helped. Like watching the leaves of a tree falling off during the last days of autumn, eh? Give me a break. I've been trying to become a big idol since I was 15, you know? 15! Thank goodness I'm gonna retire soon, because I'm sick and tired of this shit. There's no way I can pretend to be a cute little flower for over a decade and not go crazy. So, there's no reason to be upset at all that time's passing. So, Nae-sama really has been thinking about graduating, huh? I am at that age, you know. Still, it's not like I want to go yet. It feels like we're still just getting started. After we signed on with Summer Music, it seemed like we were finally getting somewhere. But I suppose real life isn't that simple. It's just the way the business is. Besides, it could be way worse, Julie. Worse? You really are just a naive little country girl, aren't you? You know, when shit hits the fan, it gets absolutely everywhere. Let's just say, turns out Julie actually gave birth to a love child back when she was 18, and then abandoned it. If the paparazzi got wind of something like that, the fans will want to boil us alive. Hey, what gives? Why the hell am I the person? Because you're the one who most likely would cause a scandal. And look at that, you did, Julie. God damn it. Not only did you flash your bare ass on stage, not only did you assume to have sex with a high schooler, which is fucked, because you're like 21. That's not good. Like, you've done so much shit, Julie. Like, you need to not. You can't be Julie can't be the center. No, she just can't be the center. Oh my god damn it. She caused too much problems, and she gave herself mental scarring because she got attacked. Like, you can't be the center. Julie's route is she's not allowed to be the center. So far, I have not thought that about anyone, but Julie is not allowed to be the center. God damn it. Hey, what gives? Why the hell am I the first example? I'm just giving you a what if. And, you know, the scariest thing, it could happen to any of us. In today's age, you never know what random little thing will set people off. One wrong word, and the people who backed you a moment ago can turn around and cut your tongue off.
Oh, there goes One-sama again, preaching nothing but fire and brimstone. As long as we commit ourselves to becoming great idols and do our very best, I'm sure our fans will continue to support us.
It's been a year already, and yet you haven't matured a bit. You're kind of getting on my nerves a bit here. You're saying you're too good for the rest of us or something, huh?
Well,
the purer you act, the more I want to see you get fucked up. I don't want to see Sasami get fucked up. Why? Julie, stop being a bitch. God damn it. Yeah, Julian sure gored good by Sausage horns, huh? You can't go forgetting that if you ride up even the easiest horse in the barn, you're gonna get yourself kicked sooner or later. Anywho's, our Sausage got a point. Natan reckons that she's plenty satisfied with how things are going so far. There's always gonna be folks that trying to make themselves all big and rich in a rush, but what ends up happening in the end is they slip up and end up losing what they had to start with. Let's take it slow and steady now, cause there's a whole lot on the line here now. We've got enough fans for 3 weekly shows and a deal with plenty of big record label. We can't be taking for granted all the stuff we gained over the past year and start gambling our lives away. Natan's a simple gal after all. It's great that Starnova is becoming more popular, but let's not get carried away and get ourselves in hot water.
I agree completely.
Natan is our center after all.
Indeed, her words do have truth to them. It is all too easy to forget in the rush for fame about the things already around us.
However, the more experienced girls seem reluctant to agree with Natan's approach. If you say so. It's not like there's anything we can do about it anyways. You really are a simpleton, aren't you? I really wonder what that producer was thinking making you the center.
Aki-chan, that's an awfully rude thing to say to Natan, isn't it?
This is too important to just say, it can't be helped. You know, Starnova really is our last chance at becoming big idols. When all of this is over, there's only gonna be one of the two outcomes here. Either we get big enough to make it as entertainers for the rest of our careers, or we vanish and become who knows what. You can't just take it easy, not when your entire life's at stake. Not all of us have a nice farm to go back to when we graduate.
Oh, Aki-chan.
An uncomfortable silence fell over the girls.
See, now look what you've done. And we're still in the middle of practice, too. And after Natan's folks sent us gifts from Kansai, I can't believe you.
Well, Akiyan's got a point, too. Natan knows that being the center is a big responsibility. That's the whole reason I'm coming forward with all this. To tell the truth, Natan's got a whole bunch on her chest too, but I reckon we ought to be careful. As Marianne was saying, it doesn't take much to agitate folks nowadays. Call me a hick all you want, but Natan has Starnova in her heart when she says all this. We can't be getting too reckless and get ourselves into trouble. That's the last thing we want now. Well, there you have it. Look, everyone's gonna have different opinions about this, but producer picked Natan as the center. If this is what the center of Starnova wants, then we gotta accept it. Anyways, we're just slacking off. Talking about this when we should be practicing. Come on, let's get moving. If you really want to become big name idols, then how about we improve our dance routine first? With that, Maria pushed the girls back into formation for their practice. Despite her personal issues, she was still everyone's One-sama. As the unit's general manager, it was her job to smooth over disputes between the girls, not to cause them. I'm getting too old for this. I heard the door to the office open at the end of the day. Hey yo, Pikun, you here? Yeah, did you need me for something, another dire situation? I was wondering. You have some time to hang out? There's a bunch of stuff on my mind. Something trouble you? Something's troubling you. Sure, of course I have time for one of my talents. I put my computer to sleep and grab my coat. I am your producer after all, lead the way. Alright! The two of us arrived at a river. We walked over to the pedestrian bridge, taking in the glittering cityscape. Even the nights are so bright out here, eh? Back in the countryside, you couldn't even see your own nose if you go outside at this hour. And I'll wager in just a week's time, the frogs would be so loud that we wouldn't be able to hear ourselves talk. But if you look up, you can see clear skies and up into the stars. I suppose that makes up for everything. You must miss your home. I reckon so, but coming out here was Natan's decision. I ain't gonna have no second thoughts about it now. Hey Pikun, so I was wondering, why you pick a gal like Natan as the center anyways? Don't you suppose a city gal would have been better for this instead of a hick like me? I wonder. Nowadays calling yourself an idol doesn't mean much. I mean, there are girls on the internet who just decide by themselves that they're gonna be net idols and start their own photo blog or whatever. And even if you actually do decide to become a pro idol and sign on with the talent agency, there's just so many girls doing the same that it's impossible to get any recognition. Most of what people think of when they hear the word idol is based on how things used to be in the past. They think of a cute girl who's cute girls who are famous for singing and dancing, But the modern idol is actually more likely to be a girl who's struggling to gain any kind of recognition in an oversaturated market. Idol units need a gimmick to stand out from the crowd. Something like that catches the people's attention. Well, I kinda get it, but I kinda don't. So you're saying Natan's a gimmick? You city folks think of Natan as a curiosity? I suppose that's one way of putting it. But basically, business is cutthroat for idols. In the end, we're not selling a necessary commodity like electricity or food. We gotta make people look at us and laugh if we want to stay in business. That's the tough part about being an entertainer. In the end, it all comes down to attracting attention your way. And not everyone uses positive means to get that kind of attention. At the end of the day, it really does matter how it's done. If you get the people's attention, you can be said to be doing your job right. It's definitely tough being an idol. I suppose that's what I was talking about with the girls earlier. Of course, that doesn't mean that I don't have faith in you as an idol. In fact, I think you have the makings of a great idol. You really reckon so? You know, for all of its conveniences, modern living is still a stressful existence. There's gonna be a lot of guys out there who want to fantasize about living a simpler life. People want to escape from their troubles. I think a big part of your appeal is giving your fans respite from stress of city living. I see. Natan? For some reason, Natan seemed uncharacteristically listless. Usually she'd be hopping up and down about becoming a top idol about now. Is something bothering her? Is something wrong? Pei-kun, what do you suppose Natan's appeal? Your appeal? Like I said, your big appeal point is not as an idol. I ain't asking from a business point of view. I already know that Natan's an idol and she gotta be appealing to the masses, but what does Pei-kun think personally? Personally? Yeah! Well, you work hard and you have your heart in the right place. A producer couldn't ask for a better idol. She just said personally, not as a producer. Was that the wrong answer? Never mind. Anywho, thanks for the advice and all, Pei-kun. Natan should be getting back home now, though. Really? If you say so. Yeah, see ya, Pei-kun. With that, Natan ran away into the night before I could say another word. Considering she brought me here to talk, I had thought we would be staying here for longer, but I guess I was wrong. Man, she was acting weird tonight. Just abruptly running away like that, you would have thought she had a crush on me or something. A cute girl like Natan having feelings for me, huh? Well, I couldn't help but relish the thought. I knew something like that wasn't something I should pursue. As her producer, I had to do my best to guide her on the right path to becoming a star idol, or else I would just end up becoming a scummy producer who took advantage of his talents. Sorry about that, guys. I shook any immature fantasies of going out with one of my talents from my mind and walked back home, determined to make Starnova into a success. Oh boy. I still want to know about that Kaoru. Is that producer or like Nani? The week before our anniversary live, Natan and the rest of the girls on Team A greeted their fans backstage as planned. Even with 3 weekly shows, the number of fans with handshake tickets did not seem to wane. I suppose that was the sure sign that Starnova was beginning to become popular. I stood behind the girls as the event unfolded. By now, they had become pros at speaking to their supporters. Some of them were even regulars who had formed bonds with the girls through repeated participation at these events. And, what an industry this was. The reality was that the revenue from these events eclipsed the money we were making from our albums. Guys, I wanted to hang out with the girls so badly that they were willing to buy tickets. Guys just, yeah. Did I say I feel like I did. Guys just wanted to hang out with the girls so badly that they were willing to buy ticket after ticket for these meet and greets events. A heavy-set man approached Natan and bowed as he shook her hand over vigorously. Tanabe-san, it is my utmost honor to meet you in person again. Oh, it's Kyosuke-kun again, as usual. Thanks for coming by. We keep getting a whole bunch of referrals from Starnova fan.moe. Looks like the fan club's Facebook page has gotten more members, too. Natan's real grateful for the hard work you do for our sakes. Oh, no, 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 no. If it weren't for Natan, none of us would be here today. To tell the truth, I'd be in a lot of trouble if Natan wasn't here to cheer me on. It's only thanks to your smile in the face of adversity that I can carry on at work. Oh, don't get down, Kyosuke-kun. I'm sure your day will come. In the meantime, Natan will keep your hard work in mind as she walks her road. Thank you very much. Do your best. Make sure to come by to our anniversary live next week. Oh, of course, we'll all be there. With that, the big man walked away with the cheer of a ballerina gliding through the air on her tiptoes. Huh, haven't I seen him around before? He must be one of the regulars. Natan and the rest of the girls continued to work their supporters as the night went on. Finally, the last customer of the night walked away looking satisfied. I guess we're done for the night then.
Thank you for your hard work, everyone. Let's make sure to keep it up so that our events only keep getting bigger and bigger from now on.
Yahoo! Thanks for your hard work, everyone. You guys can go ahead and leave for the night once you've changed.
Okay, good night, Producer-san.
Yeah, good night. Sasumi and Maria headed to the changing room while Natan hung back for a bit. Hey, Piku. What's up, Natan? Well, it's backwards, but hey. Let's do our best for the anniversary live. Yahoo! Yeah, let's do our best. It really was a pretty busy handshake event, huh? I'm spent. Natan has a question for you. Question? Sure. You reckon that idols can remember every one of the people they met? I'm pretty sure that confirms it. I'm pretty sure that confirms that he was fucking Karu then, because she's asking this question. So maybe, I don't know. I'm pretty positive. You reckon that idols can remember every one of the people they meet for these handshake events? Everyone? No way. I mean, most idols must meet thousands of fans throughout their career. There's no way you'd be able to remember each and every one of them. Don't beat yourself up if you have trouble recognizing people. If you foster relationships with a few dozen regulars, I'd say you're doing great. That's what I'd figured. It just can't be helped, huh? Did something happen? Did a fan give you trouble because you didn't recognize him from before? No, I was just asking for my own sake. I know where Natan offered her hand to me. Here. Your big idol Natan's offering this handshake free of charge. Consider it my, special fan service. Really? With that, I gave Natan a handshake. Thank you very much. At that moment, I was struck with a sudden sense of nostalgia. So he was Karu! Okay! Pikun? It's nothing. Shaking Natan's hand triggered a faded-out memory, which I had tucked away years ago. It was a faraway past, which I'd chosen to leave behind. What was I thinking? Now was not the time to be looking back. That life was no longer mine to live. Yeah, he was Karu! Oh boy! I shook my feelings off and released the grip on Natan. You should get changed now. An idol's body is her temple. Go on and get home and rest for the day. Night. Okay, goodbye. Oh boy. So yeah, he was Karu. I see. Pikun, your biggest fan is standing in front of you. The days passed after the uneventfully. The days passed after that uneventfully. Finally, the day of our anniversary live was upon us. Unfortunately.
It really is pouring, huh?
According to the forecast, the weather should calm by nightfall, but still, who would have thought it would be pouring, on the day of our anniversary live? Could this be an omen for a precocious year? And this one even took the extra effort of hanging out the Teru Banzu by her window last night. Ugh. You suppose this means that people aren't going to show up for the live? I should have known something like this would have happened. Somehow the weather gods are against us, succeeding as idols. Oh God in heaven, was it something I did wrong as a child? I swear I don't remember ever tipping over any sacred relics or skimping out on New Year's offerings. Well, Natan reckons it's just a passing squall. Anyway, there's no way a bit of foul weather's gonna keep our fans home. Let's keep our chins up. After all, rainstorms are only expected for a season. Out in the countryside, rain be a sign of good happenings. Ain't there a mightier fear for a farmer than a dust bowl? What the hell? Being an idol's not like raising crops, you bumpkin.
Natan's just trying to look at the silver lining, Julie. Besides, our live's not until 7 p.m. Sure, the rain will stop by then. The rain will be good for the flowers. I can't wait until they're all blooming.
Oh. A rogue thunder rumbled across town, echoing off the skyscrapers. Ha! As if to mock them, the storm only intensified. The girls looked on with apprehension as the horizon turned white with raindrops. You were saying? Fuck, the weather's already doing a number on my hair. I'm gonna look like a hedgehog by the time I hit stage. Oh god, that was a fuck up.
Indeed, the humidity is quite troubling.
The long-haired girls all nervously twiddled their hair. Everyone, regardless of the weather, I'm sure the fans will come out to see you. After all, think of everyone you spoke to at the handshake event. Did any of them seem like they would be deterred by a bit of bad weather? Biggun's right. All the guys who talked to Natan seem pretty hardcore.
That's exactly how it was with me, too.
But you know how it is with guys. Honestly, the ones who keep saying they love you to bits are actually the flakiest.
I think that's only the guys who, you tend to attract, Julie.
Shut it, you shit lolly. It's not like... Well, Julie, I'm not gonna poke fun, but you were always complaining about being abandoned, so, you know. Anyways, it's not like your creepy fans are any better. Yeah, the lolicons aren't better. And I mean, I don't see Aki as a lolly, at least when her story progresses, because she... I don't know. If they're going to her for the lolly aspect, then that is creepy. But Aki is actually a good person. Like, even under all the shit lolly shit, like, she's a good person. And she's got a lot going on, and so I like her the best. But fucking hell, that lolly shit needs to stop. When it comes to actually liking Aki, the lolly shit needs to stop. It's fun to joke about it, but nah, the lolly shit needs to stop. She's an adult, please. Shut it, you shit lolly. It's not like any of your creepy fans are any better. Well, creepy or not, they're a devoted lot. At least I can count on men to come here and cheer for me. I suppose Aki's got a point. Anyways, let's keep faith. We've worked hard the past few weeks, hyping up everyone about the anniversary live. They'll be here, probably.
Hang in there, Maria.
Yeah. Mika shivered as a chilly gust of wind cut across her face. It's still pretty chilly, huh? Let's go inside before we catch a cold. Standing around here is not gonna make the weather clear up any faster. Let's get ready while the staff are getting the rest of the equipment set up. Okay. As the forecast predicted, the rain calmed down into a light sprinkle once the sun set. By the time it was 15 minutes before our live, the plaza was filled with men dressed in raincoats. Good, it looked like the bad weather didn't deter our fans from coming. I couldn't say that the venue was quite overflowing yet, but at least it seemed we had most filled with most of the seats. I fell back to the staff tent and faced the girls. So, how's the audience? I'd say it's still pretty good. We still have a few minutes until showtime, and we filled nearly every spot.
Thank goodness. Looks like everyone just came despite the rain.
All right, our fans braved the rain to root us on. Let's give them a good show. Well, I suppose things turned out all right. That was close. Let's warm up, team. It's been a wild year, but Natan feels like we've all grown since the debut live. As your Santa, I want to keep Starnova on this path. We may not be big idols yet, but let's all do our best every day so that our fans keep supporting us. Now, I know things might not be going as quickly as some of us expected, and it sure is a shame that our popularity hasn't been a big deal as last fall. But you know, Natan's still real proud of what we created together. The 7 of us have come together and made a proper idol unit. that people can count on every day for inspiration. If that don't count as a success story, then I don't know what else does. We ain't really in the papers much, but somehow Natan prefers it that way. Cause in the end, the papers are only gonna write about us in the negative light after all. Wouldn't it be nicer if the 7 of us were idols that won the love of our fans in our own way? As your censor, I want to make sure that Starnova is something we can all look back on with our heads held high, so that we can tell everyone once we're old that we did our best every day and left this business with our dignities intact. So let's get out there and give our fans our cheer. It's awfully cold tonight with the rain, so we've got to sing twice as loud.
I agree completely.
Ditto there. I guess in the end, this is just how Natan is. To be perfectly honest, I was just doing this because I didn't really have anything going on for me except my looks. I never gave much thought to whether we'd make it or big or what the future may be like. Alright, if you're willing to say all that, then I can go along with it. Leave this business to our tongue-tied, boy. Anyways, leave this business with our dignities intact, huh? Honestly, I don't know if something like that's possible for an old hand like me. I've been through a lot. Well, all of us have been through a lot. Maybe what you're seeking is nothing but a pipe dream. Heh, but I can definitely appreciate the sentiment. Alright, if that's what we're gonna aim for, then I'm all in for it. Let's go, Starnova! I really wonder if things will be alright. Whatever. Regardless of what happens, I'm not gonna give up. No matter the outcome, I'm gonna be a Nova to the very end. So let's get out there and rock this stage. Shining brighter than everyone else. A light to turn night into day. We are Starnova! Oh boy, with that the girls took the stage for their shining anniversary live. Despite the rain and cold, I smiled with pride as I watched the 7 of them sing and dance on stage. We may not have the same kind of popularity of an idol group like Quasar, but we hadn't heard of Quasar once this whole time. That's kinda good. It's all about us this time. But upon seeing the faces of the fans who came to see the girls, I realized something. Starnova had something Quasar lacked. Natan had brought the unit a genuine warmth which no city idol could have possessed. I guess it really was true that people had bigger hearts in the countryside. Something about her gave me comfort, as if it was all right to relax and take things slow for a change. Even if life wasn't performing as well as we hoped, it was all right. There's no reason to stress out. There was nothing you needed to prove in Natan's eyes. All that mattered was that you did your best and kept your dignity. Regardless of whether society deemed you successful or failure, the most important thing was that you could look back on your life with a clear conscience. Maybe that was what Natan wanted Starnova to become. I chuckled to myself. All this time, Natan had a theme for us all along. Alright, starting tomorrow, I knew exactly what kind of message we had to be sending to our fans. Hell yeah. You need to remember that you shook Natan's hand and gave her hope. Have a little nice technical reunion. A few days after our anniversary live, the girls found themselves lounging in the office. A certain red loli was sprawled out on the sofa, staring at the ceiling. Despite the anniversary live, our popularity hasn't increased at all. What are we gonna do at this rate?
Oh, Aki-chan, that's not true at all. I got 82 more followers on Chipper after our anniversary live. That's the biggest increase I've had in 2 months.
82's nothing for a big-time idol, you know? Look, even the shy girl Nita Karuri on Quasar got 1.2 million followers at one point. 1.2 million!
You're setting your goal a bit too high. No matter how you look at it, we're not anything like Quasar.
You got that right. And it's a relief we're not like that. Those girls have practically sold their souls to the devil himself, you know. Besides, you're not convincing at all when you spread out on the sofa like that. If you got a problem with it, with where we are right now, what are you doing slacking off yourself? Yeah, Aki, what are you doing? Aki shot up on the sofa, her twin tails perked up. You're right! We should be practicing right now, or blogging, or getting interactions with Chipper. Looks like our drill sergeant Loli's been bitten by the lazy bug too.
It is natural considering the successful performance of our anniversary live. Now seems to be a good opportunity for us to take some time off.
Yeah, I reckon that too. Hey Pig-kun, how's our schedule looking? Should be okay considering how hard you guys have worked lately. I think you all earned it. Alright! I'll try to work some downtime into your schedules then. I could use a short vacation myself. Tell me about it. I'm so overdue for a day at the spa. I can finally clear my through my backlog. Huh? What backlog are you talking about with anime? Oh, games, I guess. Games, of course. Finally, I have the money to buy all the games I want, every conceivable console, but none of the free time to play them. Foibles on this reality of adult society, but this one shall take advantage of this vacation to its fullest extent. It's time to lock the door and turn the cell phone off and shut the curtains. Ah, I see. So it's just more of your chuny nonsense again. Why don't you join me in this quest, after all? Well, I suppose so, but only if you clean your room first. Oh, they're still friends in this universe. That's nice.
Do the rest of you have any plans?
I suppose the same as Julie for me. Let's do it! Let's do it!
I have been neglecting my family too long. It seems high time for some time off. Natan, what about you?
Oh, me? If I have enough time, I might pay my folks a visit. Otherwise, Natan will hold the fort here and work hard so you guys can relax.
No. It wouldn't be right if Natan was the only one working.
Come on, do you expect us to be able to relax knowing that you're busy doing jobs by yourself?
Producer-san, you better take care of Natan. Make sure she gets plenty of time off.
Of course. Come on, Sasami, what's up with that accusing tone of your voice? It's not like I made our center work hard for my personal satisfaction. I was just doing my job. Don't worry. The came later. Don't know why I did it early. Don't worry. Come to think of it, I reckon it's high time Natan got herself a sewing machine again. Make herself a new summer quilt. That definitely sounds like a country girl thing to do, huh?
I never knew Natan could sew.
Well, I ain't saying I'm any good or nothing. Just a little hobby, that's all. Now, don't be going expecting me to make a new set of stage uniforms for y'all. Don't worry, getting you guys new uniforms is my responsibility anyway. But on that note, maybe I should make some matching accessories or something.
That'd be cute. The 7 of us can all wear matching wristbands or something.
Anywho's, now that the anniversary lies behind us, let's refocus our efforts on making this year a big success too. I'm counting on y'all. Oh boy. Later that day, I heard the door in my office spring open. Huh? Before I knew it, Natan was in my face with an intense expression. Pig-kun, it's a big hack! What? Is something the matter? Oh, they gone and done it now. I'm gonna need you in my apartment split, cause it's an emergency. An emergency? Did your folks send too much produce from back home again? You better not be laughing this off, Pig-kun. Does this look like Natan's face? Does the look on Natan's face say this is something so easy? It's a disaster. I couldn't believe my own eyes when I saw what happened. Natan's stone white with terror. That if this don't get dealt with this instant, her whole life's gonna be in shambles. I stood from my chair and grabbed my coat. All right, I'm going. You better brace yourself. Don't be blaming Natan when your jaw hit the floor. What is it this time? As the two of us rushed over to Natan's apartment. I really wondered what her folks could have sent this time to have freaked Natan out so much. My suspicions were immediately aroused when I saw a big wooden crate in her entryway. Can you believe it? My folks really have gone mad. I gulped when I realized the crate was, oh no, marked with air holes. Natan opened the crate and leaned in. There, come on out. Lo and behold, Natan pulled out a pig. Chicken! A live hen! Oh God! What? Why? Oh, it's done agitated itself. The bird flapped its wings about, trying to pry itself free from Natan's grasp. Oh, no you don't! And don't you think I'm gonna use, your peck either. Don't think you're gonna use your peck either. My folks really have gone and done it. What good's a hen gonna do in the middle of a city? My apartment doesn't even allow no pets. There's no way I'm gonna be able to keep this girl. Hey, looks like we're just gonna have to cook it right away. It ain't a pet if it's an ingredient. I mean, she's not wrong. Hope you like chicken, Peeker. Oh, hell yeah, I do. But I don't want to see it die. Cause we're gonna have ourselves a feast tonight. Cook it here? With that, Natan took the protesting hen into her kitchen and pressed it against the cutting board. My scream got caught in my throat as Natan pulled a enormous butcher knife and raised it in the air. Sorry, little birdie, but Natan gonna have some fried chicken tonight. Ah, hell yeah! No, Natan! No! Oh boy. Oh boy. The girls sat gathered at a table, enjoying their dinner at Natan's place. I stared into the distance, my face. The producer has the 1,000-yard stare. He's looking at that chicken like, I saw you alive moments before. Oh, God. I stared into the distance, my face devoid of color as pieces of fried chicken were passed around at the dinner table. The girls happily bit into their meal, completely oblivious as to what had occurred moments prior. So, this is the rule of the jungle. All this time I had averted my eyes to the truth. The world was a cruel place! Huh? Something wrong with producer? He looks kind of out of it. Oi, oi, you alright there? Yeah, butchering and plucking a bird in my apartment really would have been too much.
Thank goodness someone never managed to take care of it. Cut that out! By take care of it, I mean she happened to know someone who ran an animal sanctuary who took in this chicken.
Oh. Maybe ordering You guys fucking played me again. I see it. This gameplay, it's been so long since I got played so thoroughly by this game. You fuckers. God damn it. Game played me again, guys. I literally thought we were eating that chicken. I mean, hey, it's fried chicken and that shit's good, so. But I thought the producer was scarred from that, but no. Maybe ordering fried chicken immediately after might have been too much for a producer, though. I thought I was gonna faint, you know? That chicken just came a second away from losing its head if I hadn't managed to stop Natan in time. Word got out about Natan butchered a live chicken in our apartment. It'd be a huge scandal, you know. Not only would the fans run away in terror, but those people would sue us. Yeah, those people. So that no animals were harmed in the making of Starnova. Damn it. Those people.
You'd really be a big problem, huh?
Anyway, I really owe you one. Natan here was at her wit's end when I saw the hen cooped up in that crate. It would have been a huge mess if it weren't a clean kill. Pika might not live if he saw the sight of me chasing around a headless chicken around here. That is not okay, especially for an idol. That is not befitting of an idol. Haven't done that in a while. God damn it. So, what exactly did your folks ship you a live chicken? Why exactly did your folks send you a live chicken anyway? I can't imagine that sort of thing would be easy. Ma's really lacking in common sense, you see. She always gets too overly enthused and ends up doing all sorts of unbelievable things. When she's finally gonna come to her senses and realize that you can't just raise a hand in the middle of the city. So you mean Natan's basically a chip off the old block? The stove doth truthfully calleth the kettle black, huh?
So Natan's mom's where she gets all her energy from.
What the hell? Natan's right reasonable compared to my ma. That wasn't convincing at all, considering that just hours ago she tried to lop off the head of a hen right here in our kitchen. Not to mention last year when she skipped naked in front of me in the office. What was I doing thinking of that incident again? I better keep that out of my head. I better keep my head out of the gutter. What? Did you think of something else? This is just a speculation and all, but in my last letter home, I mentioned something I saw on television the other day. The news a lady was doing a special about some illegally sourced chicken that were fed untested growth hormones were found in Tokyo recently. Yeah, my folks must have been worried I've been eating tainted poultry and sent me a farm-raised hen. Not to toot my own horn too much, but our birds are the real deal, you know. No artificial hormones and raised free. I'm getting hungry, man. I mean, I probably shouldn't be getting hungry listening about birds. Your boy hasn't had any chicken in like a hot minute, and I want to get like some curry chicken or something. That sounds good. Some rice and peas, maybe some fried chicken, some Chinese food, some pork fried rice, some egg fried rice, some lo mein. I'm fucking hungry, guys. Help me! Anyways, god damn it. I hate diets. This sucks. I want that good shit. Anyways, I don't know if I read all this. My brain's going. I know I read that. No artificial hormones range for free range. None of that factory bred stuff that buy in the supermarket nowadays. Natan's
family must care for her a lot.
It's only natural their daughter's in the city trying to make her fortune by herself. They must be worried sick. I miss him lots, but it's too soon for Natan to be thinking about returning to the countryside. Honestly, I would never have thought I'd get all wrapped up in Starnova like this, but now that all this has happened, there's no way Natan can pack her bag and go home, not till we've done all that we could. After all, P-kun has his faith in me. I can't let him down. Yeah, I'm counting on you, Natan. Oh! Not until we've done all that we could, huh? I wonder just what that even is for you. Huh? What do you mean? Most idols will say that they've made it when they score in the top 10 of the Idol Grand Prix, sell 1 million copies of their album, or have a dome live. But you're not even aiming for any of that, are you? Just what are we even doing?
Well, Aki-chan, as long as our fans are happy and we can live with what we're doing, you could say we made it as an idol. That's the key to a happy life. You'll always be just a sad lolly if...
A sad lolly! Aki's a sad lolly! God damn it.
You'll always just be a sad lolly if you think, about... all you think about are the what-ifs and could-have-beens, you know?
Unbelievable. Satsuchi's got the right idea. Well, as long as all of us wake up every morning looking forward to work, I'm sure everything will turn out well. You're being awfully naive. That's very tiny text. Huh? Nothing. I suppose something like this is a nice change of pace, though. Back when I was in Quasar, it was a rat race to reach the top. Everyone was backstabbing and scheming. You know, producer might have been onto something when he made Natan our center. I don't ever want to go back to fighting like that. I'm happier things turn out this way. Let us inspire and hope and happiness in our fans. With that, the girls finished their fried chicken dinner.
My, look at the time already. Come on, everyone, let's go back home before it gets too late.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time before the drunks come out and to harass us as we walk home. Hey, thanks for the meal. Yeah, it was the least I could do after y'all rushed over right away to deal with the chicken situation. Thanks once again, and Nemu for fixing that.
It was not a problem. Feel free to call upon me anytime you need any assistance.
With that, the girls said their goodbyes and filed out of the apartment one by one. I better get going too. Need help cleaning up? I actually don't live too far from here. No, don't worry a thing, P-kun. Cleaning is one of Natan's specialties. With that, Natan picked up the trash bag and bent down to fold the table. You see? Easy peasy. Just as Natan picked up the table and put it in her closet, I noticed something strange resting on the floor where the table used to be. As soon as I realized what it was, I bent down and picked it up immediately. What was this doing here? I could have sworn I threw these out years ago. Shit, if any of the girls saw this, I wouldn't hear the end of it. I had no idea how this shameful memento of my past had smuggled a ride here into Natan's apartment, but there was no way I was going to leave it here. Seriously, I was unknowingly carrying one of these in my coat all this time? How careless of me. A near disaster closely averted, I stuffed the thing into my pocket for safekeeping. Eh? Something the matter, P-Coon? Nah, I'll see you later then. Yeah, good night, P-Coon. Oh no, he took her signed photograph. Now she's going to have the big sad, because she doesn't have her memento to remind her to keep doing her best. However, the next day I was in for one hell of a shock. I sat at my desk, confused as to the unexpected appearance that a certain thing at Natan's apartment. That certain thing nearly being a decade-old signed photograph of myself. Indeed, this was without a doubt an authentic signed photograph of one of Nishimiya Karo. Yeah, it is! Nishiyama Karo. In other words, me. Man, I totally looked different back then. I recall the amount of weight training and dieting I had to do to maintain that physique and shuddered. Oh, I'm trying to contain a physique as well. Oh no. Am I turning into Karu? Is Conixis secretly becoming a male idol? Oh, fucking hell! God damn it. But why would I have been carrying that photograph of me all this time? And signed too. It's not like I particularly look back on those days with the fondest memories. In fact, the mere recollection of my past as an idol brought bright nothing but anxiety to my heart. I actually thrown out most of the memorabilia from those days. It was past which I had moved on from ages ago. I was a producer now. Maybe, come to think, maybe it wasn't you, but it was someone else holding it. Maybe it was Natan's. I was a producer now. There was nothing more than that. Anyway, my opinion of my idol career was so low that I couldn't fathom being one of those stuck-up ex-idols who pulled out the relics of their glory days and waved them around in front of people to show off. There really was no way I could have been carrying around that photograph intentionally. Sound of the door opening interrupted my thoughts. Oh, good morning. Oh, Natan, is something the matter? You don't look good this morning.
It's nothing, but I suppose it's worth asking, though. To tell the truth, something really important in Natan disappeared from her apartment. Now, I ain't accusing anyone, but it happened right around the time when the girls came over for dinner. I searched high and low, but I couldn't find it anywhere. But I have no clue why anyone would want to take something like that in the first place.
Huh? What's the thing that's missing?
Photograph.
Yeah, see? Photograph. Like a photo of your family back home?
No, not of Natan's folks. To tell the truth, it's someone really close to Natan's heart. Someone I met a long time ago, but who I never forgot. He might have been the reason I came here, but... sorry, Pika, and I suppose you wouldn't know nothing about it. Maybe old Natan's memory all mixed up and I happened to put it somewhere else to safekeeping. Just happened to forget where. That happens all the time to me.
I took a gulp. Could this be what I thought it was? Could that photograph actually have belonged to Natan? Judging from the look on her face, that photograph must have been worth the world to her. I couldn't let my personal embarrassment keep me from finding out the truth. Natan, could this be the thing you're looking for? I picked up my signed photograph from my desk and presented it to her.
Yeah, this is exactly the thing I was looking for. How'd you get it? How'd it get here?
Sorry, I happened to see it on the floor of your apartment and took it without really thinking. I thought that it must have slipped out from my coat pocket or something. I never could have imagined that it belonged to you. After all, this is... Yeah, the awkwardness. For the first time since I met her, Natan went quiet and just stared at her shoes. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, she picked up her chin and faced me with a grin.
Yeah, I suppose the cat's out of the bag now. Sorry, P-Kun. How embarrassing. To tell the truth, Natan was a real idol otaku back in the days. Who would have thought that a country girl like me would have ended up fawning over male idols all through her teen years? To tell the truth, Kaoru-kun's signed photograph was the centerpiece of Natan's collection. I would have been broken up to pieces if that went missing. Thanks, P-kun, for getting it back to me.
Natan. She was pretending to not know the guy in the photograph was me for my sake. After all, it was too much of a coincidence for it all to be chance. For her to just randomly have a photograph of me during my idol days and to also be working under one of my talents? This couldn't be dumb luck. I had to find out the truth. You know, that's me in the picture, right? It's obvious, you know. My name's signed right there in the photograph.
Oh,
I suppose. You mean you knew all this time about my past? Yeah, sorry. Well, it's not like it was a secret or anything, but why'd you pretend not to know who I was all this time? Peikun, Natan has a confession. Confession? To tell the truth, Natan never thought she'd become a top idol or anything. In fact, I came out here for an entirely different, totally selfish reason. You see, I signed on to a talent at China Productions only because I wanted to finally meet you. I know it's a real stupid reason, and you should rightly be disappointed in me that I came out here with such an immature goal in mind, but it's the truth. But then, one thing happened after the next, and Natan got all gung-ho about becoming an idol herself, and the others are trying their best to become idols too. But Natan could never have imagined that Pekin would choose her to be the center, or that Starnova would become so popular. I couldn't give up and let Pekin and the others down so I just ended up going with the flow. Sorry, Pekin, you must think that Natan be one of them creepy idol fans that stalk their Oshi and the day in and day out. Maybe Natan really be a hopeless, disgusting fan. But I really did love Karu-kun. You're the idol that changed my life, who made me dream of leaving the countryside for the city. So I came out here to finally meet you again. Natan. But I suppose Peikun must hate Natan now, keeping all this a secret and becoming an idol for all the wrong reasons. That's all in the past now. Of course I don't hate you. I'm not an idol anymore, but there's no way I could ever hate a fan as devoted as you. Peikun? You remember, don't you, how the unit fell apart? At the end, we ended up disbanding just weeks after our national tour. I thought for sure that everyone must have hated us. The fans put their trust in us, but we still ended up letting everyone down. That's completely untrue. No matter what happened, Natan was gonna be your fan for life. You still kept supporting me even after all this time? When I heard that on Chipper that you were gonna be a producer at Shinin', I knew this would be my once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to finally see you. So I packed my bags and signed on as a talent. I know it sounds totally unbelievable, but it's all true. Peikun. No, Karu-kun. I can finally have... No, it should have replaced Mr. Producer with Karu. I want to see my name up there now. Natan. I know it's totally out of nowhere, but now that it's come to light, I gotta say this. I've always liked you. Please go out with me. Ah! I barely managed to keep myself from gasping in shock. So you're telling me all this time Natan was working at Shining Productions just to go out with me? And that was because she was a fan from back when I was an idol? That's some cute shit. But still, what an absolutely unbelievable turn of events. That's like some anime shit, man. You got yourself a big break, producer son. A cute girl and everything. Ah, damn it. Natan's just amazing, too. Like, damn! Oh god, my headphones. But damn, mate, you struck out lucky. Fucking hell. An absolutely unbelievable turn of events. But knowing how unbelievable Natan was, I knew all of this had to be true. But wait! Even if this was all true, it wasn't like I could just say, "Yay me!" and accept Natan's confession. Well, sure, I'm sure any guy would be happy to have a girl like her as a girlfriend. And yeah, I still thought about the one time she skipped naked in front of me from time to time. But I was a producer, and she was an idol. If people found out that Natan was in a relationship with me, then Starnova would be finished. Natan's fans would be beyond pissed. As a producer, there was only one right thing for me to say here. Sorry, Natan. Even though I'm flattered, I'm your producer. Maybe if you're still interested after you graduated, we can try going out, but right now, there'd be all sorts of difficulties if we got into a relationship. So I'm going to have to provisionally decline for now. Sorry. I figured as much. But you know, that's the part of Peikun that Natan likes the best. He's always looking out for his girls. In that case, Natan will try her best to become an idol worthy of going out with Peikun. Better you wait for me, you better wait, but you better wait for me, alright? Cause Natan wouldn't know what to do with herself if Peikun got snatched away. Of course. Besides, with 7 girls to watch after, I don't have time for any other women. Don't worry about a thing, Natan. I suppose Natan can wait. Thanks, Peikun, for listening to Natan wail for so long. Sorry, but I have another request. Request? What is it? Starting tomorrow, I think I'm just gonna go back to acting like my normal self, and P-kun should do the same. Now, that the truth is out, I don't want the two of us acting all awkward around each other. Even though Natan started out with the wrong reason, she ended up liking working as an idol, you know? Maybe that's the only reason I can take this rejection straight. So for now, let's all keep doing our best. Of course, I'm glad to hear that. But... To my surprise, Natan wrapped herself around me. For now, I can be satisfied with just this. Yeah. She let go of me and faced me with her usual smile. Now let's go, P-kun. Let's make Starnova into a big success. Yeah. Hell yeah. I tumbled into my bed and exhaled deeply. What an exhausting day. I stared up into the ceiling and lost myself in my thoughts. Who would have thought that Natsuki of all people would have been one of my fans from back when I was an idol? She really must have been obsessed with me to have left her home and sign up as a talent all to get close to me. But I've known her for over a year now. I knew that she wasn't one of those crazy idol fans who fantasize every day about getting their way with their idol or something. This was just Natan being Natan. That girl really didn't have any common sense. But at least there wasn't anything malicious about it. She was just acting like she always did, doing unbelievable things on a whim. Considering that she came from a family that shipped a live head into the city, I can only imagine as to what kind of upbringing she must have had growing up. But it really was too bad. It's been years since I was an idol, so it wasn't like I was that attractive anymore. I guess I wasn't quite balding salary man yet, but in a few years that definitely could be what I looked like. It was true that my best days were long behind me. It wasn't like I had a line of girls interested in hooking up with me or anything. In fact, getting an idol girlfriend like Natan really would be amazing. Part of me wished that she was here right now, lying beside me in bed right now. Was it getting hot in here or something? But it was just meant to be, but it just wasn't meant to be right now. For as long as Natan wanted to be an idol, it was my responsibility to act only in the best interest in her career. I had to, or else. Unbeknownst to me, my thoughts had coherence, and I fell asleep. Fast asleep. Ah! Tetsuya punched the wall in anger. What do you mean our unit's being disbanded? Didn't producers say that our national tour was a big success? So then why are we suddenly being fired? I heard some of the staff saying Smile Productions going to be merging with Kotonaha Entertainment. We're the only ones being laid off, they said. To tell the truth, I kinda saw this coming. We're not really that young anymore, and our albums have never sold that well. Hear this, I heard that they're going to rebrand Labrador with talents in their teens now. That'd be pretty cute, huh? Just whose side are you on? Anyways, this is all fucked. There's no way our fans would accept this. They can't just change all of the members of Labrador and expect everyone to be fine with it. Everyone, I'm going to talk to the producer about this. After all we've been through, we can't just give up. At least not until we've heard the truth. But you know that, guys. He's such an unreliable guy, huh? And I bet he's at the club again, like usual. Alright, I'm gonna go find him right away. Oi! Don't just leave by yourself. Sorry, but see you guys. There he goes again. Oh well, I'm sure Kao-chan will tell us about it tomorrow. I walked into the hostess club. Sure enough, Seiji was right on the money. Itaru-san was sitting between two Buxton bunny girls, his face red with booze. For the past 3 years, this guy had been our producer. As you could likely tell from his situation, he wasn't exactly the image of reliability. Itaru-san! There you are, I've been looking for you! Karu-chan, huh? What are you doing here? Friends of yours, Itaru-kun? Oh, welcome, mister. I'll call over more girls right away. No. Anyways, Itaru-san, is it true that Labrador is going to be disbanded? Taro picked up a cigarette from his ashtray and took a breath before puffing it out. Seems like it. The guys upstairs think the unit will do better with some new faces. But don't worry about a thing, Karo-chan. All of you guys will be getting good severance packages. Yay! Severance packages, yay. Don't say I never did anything for it. Don't say I never do anything for you. That's not what we're worried about here at all. The loudness of my voice startled the two bunny girls.
Excuse me, but I'm going to have to ask you to keep your voice down in here.
I leaned in and whispered between my teeth.
This doesn't make sense at all. You know how can Labrador continue to exist when all of the members are different? The fans aren't going to accept this at all. There's no way this is going to end up going well.
Don't worry. The suits upstairs already have it figured out. Besides, who really gives a damn about that? Look, Power-chan, this is a shit industry. I know it's hard to accept, but the fans will totally be chill with the new members. Girls nowadays, they just want to have squeal at the next big thing, you know? Just enjoy. You worked hard, you did your best, and left with a severance. Taro grinned stupidly and put his arms around his bunny girls. You have no idea. You have money and a bunch of fangirls who will raise their skirts for you on command. And you're here complaining to me, you lucky boy. But it looks like but look, I know you're bummed about this, so here's some cash. Go have some fun, get some drinks and some girls. You'll be a new man by sunrise. Taro opened his wallet and passed me a few bills. I backed away from him. That's not what I want at all. With that, I turned and left the hostess club in disgust. I had known all along that man never gave jack about Labrador or its members. In the end, all he cared about was getting money and women. All the members of Labrador really were retired the following week. Just as the rumors foretold, 9 fresh-faced boys and their teens replaced us. Just like Ataro said, the public didn't really seem to mind at all. I guess we really were losing appeal. All the girls just picked their new Oshi and carried on like nothing had changed. After clearing my locker at the office for the last time, I looked up to the starry skies and exhaled. What now? Then I got an idea. I'm gonna do better. I was going to become a producer myself. Except I wouldn't be like that scum at Taro. I would act in the best interest of the unit instead of myself. Scum like him were everywhere in this business. Guys that preyed on their talents, people betrayed and lied all for the sake of money. I was going to become a producer myself and change all of that. And not only that, but I was also going to win too. I was going to make the greatest idol unit in the country. I'd like to see the look on Ataro's face when I pulled that off. Starting tomorrow, I was going to dedicate myself to becoming an idol producer. After all, countless idols went into management after graduating, so it wasn't like this was unprecedented. Alright, let's do this! And then I became a producer. Yay. God damn it. Am I going to fall out of my bed too? No. But I'm going to save here because that's all we have time for today. Thank you all for watching. So now we got a little backstory at Producer Son. That's nice. I used to be an idol myself back in the day. Isn't that great? Your boy was an idol. Was good. We were reckoning all them fangirls. Not that I don't have fangirls now. Anyways, thank you all for watching. If you like this, hit the thumbs up button, save it to your favorites, also share it with your friends. This has been Conixis. You can follow me on Twitter. The link is in the description below. Thank you all for watching. Love you all. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.